is what we're working on. We got these at the Michaels and we built the bases already. So today we're just going to do some stuffing. It's not going to take us that long. These are very small arrangements that we're going to work on. And so I'm going to do them two different ways to give you an idea of how you can do a dark and moody goth piece, or you can also do a softer pinkish goth piece, right? And again, most people did not know that pink is actually a goth color. It just varies on what you mix it with, right? So if you put it with just all pinks and whites, then that's really more of what I would call like a romantic vibe. But there is such a thing as a romantic goth. There's Victorian goth. And so all of those different types have color palettes that flow with it. There's an academia goth. There's a macabre goth. So, you went right past, hey, how's it going? Forever Brook Designs. So if anyone wants to follow her, Forever Brook Designs is the person that I get my goth signs from. She makes them just for me and then puts them in her shop. And she has a vivid imagination like I do. And she has made some fantastic signs for me. She did a macabre Easter bunny that was fanatical. It was like phenomenal. I loved it. I couldn't even say the right word. And then she did an Academia Goth Easter sign for me. She did some Mother's Day, some 4th of July. So give her a follow. Of course. You went right past your Michaels and you thought, oh, maybe Jamie's there. I'm not there today, Mason. I was there yesterday. So, okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to do is kind of lay down some greenery, and I'm thinking we could work on both of these at the same time, or I can work with one at a time. Thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate that. Yeah, don't forget that if you do grab a heart me to go back up and collect your bonus fan points, that helps your engagement as well. It also helps your team points. So make sure you get your heart me and then drop a comment for bonus points. Hey, Maria. Just like she did. She grabbed her heart me and then she said good afternoon. So now she's got bonus points. All right. So drop a comment if you want me to work on these both at the same time, or if you would prefer that we do one at a time. And also, if this is your first time watching, drop a purple heart and make sure you're tapping the screen. Looks like we're up to just over 1,000 taps. But what is your preference? Do you prefer one at a time, or do you prefer we work on them at the same time? Well, welcome, Alicia. I'm so glad that you stopped in my room of all the lives that you could be watching. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the populars. So I'm thinking that Mariah must be an expert at engagement because she must know the engagement points. She just dropped 50 populars, so now she can go back up here and grab her extra bonus points for doing that. Thank you, Alicia, so much. Whatever I like. All right, so let's just get started. I pulled a couple of greeneries. I did, like I said, I pulled this dark purpley black one. I pulled some dark green. And I pulled this really cool black one. I bet you can't guess where I got this, Mason. From the Michaels. But I like it. It's long and dangly, so I do like that. It's got like little tiny leaves on it. It almost looks like, not the button fern, but kind of like that. So that we've got that. And then I also pulled some ferns that are, and I pulled these intentionally. I did not steam these intentionally. I like the look that they have of sort of being disheveled. Because again, this is a goth piece. So I wanted it to look just a little bit more worn out, I guess. But it's a fern with little tinges of purple. Okay? You know nothing about heart me's or how to get engagement points. You just watch and comment. You know what? That I appreciate that too. All the taps that you do and every comment that you do helps the same. It helps my engagement as well, and it helps bring more people to the room, brings more people to the yard, right? So I appreciate that too. I appreciate everything. All right, so I am going to work on the dark and moody design first. So I'm definitely going to clip some of these off. We've just got our snips. Now I'm just going to cut this down. Hey Justin, how's it going today? We're doing a couple goth pieces today, Justin. We're doing a dark and moody goth, and then we're doing a soft pink goth design so that you can see the difference and know that pink is goth too. Thank you for the share so much. All right, so one thing I love about this piece from Michaels is it is a pusher, so you can make this more compacted if you want to, or make it more whimsical and flowy, and I like that. So, and I'm also going to work around the front of this because I don't want to cover it up, and I also don't want to cover up those little bat wings because I love those, right? I mean, what is the point of covering up that? That's part of the fun. And then we will have a couple of bat picks, fun bat picks to put in there. So before this live, what type of goth were you familiar with? Were you familiar with any of the terms that we talked about earlier, or was that all new to you? I'm just kind of curious as to what the experience is within the group. Morticia and Wednesday Addams are your favorite? So I love Morticia. I love her. I love her. I think Morticia and Gomez have the best relationship. If I could ever have somebody love me like Gomez loves her, that would be my ideal. And I do like Elvira. And actually, I got to meet Elvira this summer. I went to a nightmare weekend in Chicago where they had all kinds of horror and all of the things, right? And he was there. Oh, Trevor! Thank you. Do you know that that is one of my favorite gifts because I'm a Leo and I love all the lions. You saw Elvira and she has her own song. Thank you for the popular. So, Trevor knows me as Jamers and not just as Stuffs, right? Because it's funny when I go into some of the rooms, everybody's like, oh, Stuffs. But Trevor actually knows me as my friend nickname. So he's technically now my friend, right? You did remember. Yep, I love all the lions. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. And again, we're just putting in these flowy green, or they're not green, they're black, but it's called greenery. We've got our greenery in there, and then we're just gonna go in with some of this fun stuff. You believe the Oak Ridge Boys sing it? We are friends, yes we are. And I am definitely gonna use some of this green in here too because I don't want everything to be dark. So Hey Trevor, did you hear anything about some sort of like big engagement thing tonight, or a big battle or something like that? I heard Monster talking about it earlier, and so I was just curious, like, what that was. Oh, are you still there, Trevor? I'm just trimming these down because they're so long that they'll be way too long if I keep them that way. And these are not pushers, so I'm just gonna snip them down. And it also makes your product go farther. So, you know, if you're on a budget or you need to really watch what you're spending, you can do that as well. Hey Rosie Posey, how are you doing today? Are you doing okay? And for those of you that have been tapping the screen and everything, you can see that as more people come in, that's really what your taps and your likes and your comments are doing, is it's bringing more people into the room to share. And I love sharing. You're hungover? What happened? I need to know now. I need to know what happened. What were you doing? We were just talking about how I went to the Nightmare Weekend, and we were just talking about how I went to the Nightmare Weekend and met Elvira. How fun was that? It was a really good time. Peach Crown Royal. Were you celebrating something? And what were you mixing that with? That sounds like it might be good with Sprite, right? A little bit of Sprite. Hey Nora. See, Nora's coming in. She's grabbing her heart me. Oh, so there's a comment that says the fan club has been completed through the first stage and we unlocked a gift. Oh, you're on vacation and you drank it with peach iced tea? That sounds amazing too. Thank you for the rose. That sounds amazing. I used to, so I bartended for about 7 years, and so whenever I'd be at the country concerts, you know, they'd always come in and they would say, I need some sort of fruity drink, but something that does all the work right away, right? And so I would mix up some sort of Crown and Sprite, especially if it was like flavored. I really like the blackberry one, but... Oh, we hit our goal! Thank you so much for all the roses. I don't even know if, I don't even know how to set a new goal. I've never had to do that. Let's see. Oh, I guess you can set up a new goal. I mean, I've seen people do it, but I've never done it, so. Let's make it something easy, right? Let's do something fun. And I love these little monkeys too, so let's make this, the monkey is our new goal. Did it show up for you? I can't tell. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So anyway, you know, I would always make some sort of fruity drink. And then I, of course, you know, made my own. and it was called like the Island Girl. And so everybody would come in and say, you know that drink that you make, can you make me one? And they were always talking about the Island Girl. And it was, oh gosh, now I can't think. It was Malibu, white rum, pineapple orange, and a splash of Sprite. So, thank you for all the shares. All right, so again, we have this big twig it's got lots of glitter on it. So we're going to go ahead and add this in there too. And I'm going to put this more towards the center. And I think I want it to be down towards one side a little bit. And if you saw me yesterday, you'll know why. Because yesterday I explained how I don't like anything perfect. I like everything to be a little off center, or I don't measure my bows, tails, and loops and all of that. I just don't. So I like for them to be a little different. You like that twig? I do too. Well, here's what it looks like in here so far. And I see again how it's off to the side. It's almost like it's leaning over, and I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some of our dark flowers now, because I have some of the greenery as our base, but now I want to start filling in with some flowers. I'm just kind of arranging my greenery so that it's more like it's married together, so to speak. All right, so we have this bush, and I'm going to use some of these dark purples because they go with these bushes really well. And of course, I'm going to use some of these big dahlias. Does anybody have any questions for me so far? And I'm using these, I'm probably going to use 3. That's probably seems like a lot, but it's really not. Because again, you want to have enough coverage for your base. And I also want to make sure I put some behind so that it's not all just out to the front. This is what we have so far. And so I'm going to put one over here. And this one I want to put in before I glue it, just so I can make sure it's going to go right where I want it to go. Thank you for the monkey. Isn't that so fun? I love it. I love how it just like comes up behind you, and it's almost like a shock. Okay. So see, just with 3 little pieces of flowers, to see how much coverage it gave us. And at the end, we may not even need to put any moss or anything in here, because this will be so covered that you won't even be able to tell. But this is what we've got so far. And I'm going to add a couple of these purple roses in here. And I like these because look, they have they have more twigs. So that's going to give us extra dimension, right? And textures. Okay, I'm going to add in and I also have this little skull. I don't know if we're going to use it in this because I do want to put a bat in here instead. And I really like the bat, so we may not use that piece. Mason, are you still in here? I'm not sure if Mason left or not, but so this is what we have so far. And some of these you might have to trim down just a little bit more, but. So if you've been following me for a little while, we've talked a little bit about my career journey and how I was looking for another job. And I did get offered a job yesterday. They want me to start on the 28th. It's more of a contractor position, so I'd be working more for myself, which I love that. It's just not permanent. So, all right, so here's what we have so far. I love this little thistle in here with the black eucalyptus. And I want to add just another rose in here. So that means probably that week we will switch up what time we do our lives, because I don't want to leave my community or those of you that have found me and have been following me. I really enjoy your company. I enjoy having a community of people to talk to. I really enjoy it. So I don't want to lose that. So we'll just probably do it at a different time. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And don't forget we have this fun bat that I'm going to put in here. I do have some other filler. Let me grab it real quick. I have some black glitter rosemary. I love this bush. You can get so much off of this bush, but it's going to bring that glitter in. And so when we get done with our bat, I'm going to just add some filler into this design. Okay, so these are our bats. Hey Mel. Thank you for the purple hearts. Purple hearts are my absolute favorite. Okay, so I am going to put, so we moved our twig over here to the side, right? So I think I'm going to put my bat over on this side. And I'm just sticking this in to measure about how far down I want it to go, because I want it to be up out of the design. but I want to make sure I know about how far down. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on there. And the nice thing about putting the hole in there first is that then you've got an easier spot to go into when you're ready to stick your bat in there. And I'm not sure if I want these pink ribbons on here, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. What do you think? Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Drop me some purple hearts if you think this is cute. If you like that little bat in there. I love the little bat. And so here's what we have so far. And I think I also want to put a bow in here just to give it a little flair. So I'm looking real quick to see where I might want a bow. And it's going to be a simple bow, but let's go ahead and put some of this rosemary in here. It's cute. It is cute. I think it's really cute. And this is not a pusher either, so I'm going to trim it down so I can get more pieces out of it. And again, we're just using it for filler anyway, so you can really get 3 pieces off of that one stick. So nobody has any plans for the weekend? I don't have any plans at all. I'm probably just going to work. I do a lot of working, but I'm trying to get ahead of the Halloween season, so you gotta do all the things. Buy some donuts. You're gonna buy some donuts? What kind of donuts? I love donuts. Buy some donuts. You're gonna buy some donuts? What kind of donuts? I love donuts. I like the chocolate covered ones that have the white cream in them. Not the eclair custard, but the white cream filled ones. I like those. Those are my favorite. I don't care for the custard. Glazed cake and cinnamon twist. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Whoa. Well, we just knocked him over. But hey, that's the fun part about gluing it in, is it's not going anywhere. I do like the blueberry cake donuts, but my favorite cake donut is the pumpkin. So here we have it, you know, in the fall, we have the pumpkin spice or pumpkin cake. That's really, really good. And I do like those a lot. All right. So I think pretty much right now we are done with this piece. Now, what I may do after the live, I may go back if I see some spots that are showing too much. I may put a little bit of moss in there. I don't think we're going to need it though, because if you look at this piece right now, you really cannot see any holes, right? And I did pull a ribbon. I pulled this ribbon. So if we wanted to make like a little one loop bow, we could do that. And because this is one directional, I want to make sure that the pattern is going the right way. And again, I don't like my tails to be all the same size. So I'm going to cut it down. But we just have like a little one loop bow. And I'll put that in. And then I'll show you a little trick. So, you know, we use zip ties a lot for our bows. So after I put my zip tie around to secure the spot, when I cut my zip tie off, I leave a little piece so that I can put it in my design, since I don't have it attached to a pick. Let me just dovetail these ends. And I like a little bit more of a dramatic dovetail on my goth pieces, so I am going to cut it at a wider angle. And I have the perfect spot right down in here. And I'm doing it more by feel than sight. Okay, so here's our front, here's our back. And really that's done. I mean, we did that in just, you know, about 30 minutes. Hey, Blessed Nona, how are you doing today? We're doing a couple of goth pieces. We're doing, this one was a little bit of a dark and moody one, and we're going to do a fun pink one next. But we've got these cute little bats in here. We've got our dark flowers, glitter twigs, glitter rosemary. We've got a little bow. So that's one piece done already. And the good thing again is you have so much material that you literally could make several of those pieces, right? If you wanted to make several of them for your shop or something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and start on our second one. And I want to use these ferns that we talked about. I want to use these ferns in this piece, so I'm going to start with those. I'm good too. Thank you so much for asking. That's so kind of you. I am good. I just shared with everyone, I don't think you were here yet, but I got a job offer finally. They want me to, it's a contract gig, so it's only temporary, but they want me to start on the 28th. So I'm excited about that. It's actually, funny enough, working back with the company that laid me off. I like to think that they were missing me. But so we'll go back, and I'm gonna go back to work on the 28th. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, it's been a long 4 months. A long 4 months, and I don't think people realize, you know, how long really 4 months is when you're not working, right? Okay, so this is what we have so far. I'm just putting in our greenery. But yeah, 4 months not working in corporate America is a long time for me. I missed it. So I'm glad that I'm going to be going back to work and doing something, you know, that's more back to my risk management days. And all right, so just got some greenery in here going. So, Blessed Nona, I was telling the group that we'll probably change the time of our lives, you know, because I won't be able to go live at noon anymore. But we'll do it in the evening. I try not to do it too late because I don't like late lives. And I just want to be able to make sure people have time to spend with their families. And, I mean, I want you to be able to come if you can come, but, you know, still have time for yourself, too. All right, so I only have 2 more pieces on this little branch, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. I mean, why not? Hey, Christine! Are you back from vacation? How was Myrtle Beach? Did you have a blast? I know you said you were ready to come home, but did you have fun? We're working on 2 goth pieces today. We did a dark and moody one first, and then I was showing how you could do more of like a pink, soft pink goth, because I don't think people realize that goth can be pink too. Beach was amazing. Thank you so much for the shares. Let me see. I think I missed something. Let's see. Completely understand. I'll watch when you're on. I'm flexible. Thank you so much. That's one of the things I love about being on TikTok, is that this community is so supportive. I can't tell you just how much it's changed my life. Having all of you here with me and engaging with me. I'm not sure if you really know the impact you have, but I don't have a whole lot of friends and family and stuff like that. So just coming here and spending time with all of you is something I just really look forward to, and I appreciate all of you. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I love that you've got some of the ferns kind of hanging down. And now we're just going to kind of go in with some of our other fun colors. I'm still going to use this one because it does have a little of the pink, and it's going to bring that dark goth in to the pink design. I think a lot of you came from Christine sharing. So, Christine, I'm always so thankful for you. I think I have so many friends on here because of you, and that I appreciate you so much. Hey, sweet Nellie. All right, so this is what we have so far. You'll see I'm just adding in those little dark bushes. How are you today, sweet Nellie? I'll show you what we finished here in just a second. For those that are just coming in. So here's the first one we did in our dark colors with our little bats. And it's got the long, flowy black greenery, their dark bow. So cute. You're working, but you don't want to. I'm working too, you know. That's what we do. We're always just working. It's funny because I do have a friend that'll text me and he'll say, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Working." Still? You're still working? Yeah, I'm still working. You're working too, Christine? Don't you hate that? Don't you hate like you get back from vacation and then the very next day you're back at work and it's like, did you even get to go on vacation? It's like, was I even on vacation? Because the minute you walk back into work, it's like you were never gone. At least that was how it was for me. I always felt like I wasn't ever off. Because there's so many fires when you're gone and you come back and you got to fix all the things or do all the things. So, all right, so far this is looking dark, right? But I promise you, it's going to be glam when we're done. It's going to be romantic and glamorous and all the things. I'm just putting some of this in the bottom so again we can cover up our base. I want to make sure that's covered. Okay, that's what we have so far. See, I see a hole right here. A hole right here. So now I could put my bow there, but I still want to put a little bit of this darker greenery. Thank you for the shares. I appreciate you so much. And again, for those of you that missed the beginning, make sure you're grabbing your heart me's, you're tapping the screen, adding a comment, and then once you do all of those things, be sure you go back and get your team points, your engagement points for yourself, because that's what the point is watching a live, right? You get to also communicate and share in a community, but you also get to have your own points and engagement and drive that up as well. Okay, so here's what we have. So let's go in. I'm still going to add this twig. There's a couple of things that are going to go from one piece to the next piece, and we had this extra, so why not use it, right? And I think I'm going to move it more towards the back. So the first one we made it lean off to the side, remember? So this one I'm going to put more into the back as almost like a background. And then my ferns are climbing up. Now, because we're using pink, I'm going to throw these little pink glitter pumpkins in here as well. And I think I'm just going to separate this into two pieces, maybe three, we'll see. probably just 2. I'm just twisting these around. Christine, what was the one thing that you brought home from vacation that you couldn't leave without? You just had to have it. Oh, Christine, I forgot. I don't think you were here. Hey, Misty, how's it going? We're working on some goth pieces today. We did a dark and moody one, and then today we're talking, now we're talking a little bit about pink and how pink is actually a goth color, depending on how you use it, what you mix it with. But Christine, I don't think you were here when we were talking about the bird that made a nest in my wreath on the porch. It had 2 eggs. So like in 2 weeks, we'll have baby birds. Okay, so we've got our greenery, and I've just thrown these little pink glitter pumpkins in here so far. And now we're gonna start adding in our pink flowers. I know, it's so cute. I posted a picture on my Facebook of the jack wreath, and then I posted a picture of her sitting in the nest. And then it's so high up on my porch, I had to like stand on my tippy toes with my phone and get a picture without really seeing what I was doing. But as I suspected, there were eggs in there. So in 2 weeks, she'll be ready to have those babies, and then about 2 weeks after that, they'll be ready to leave the nest. Okay, so we're going to use some of these really pretty hot pink and light pink flowers, and then I'm going to show you what we can do to just make them a little. Had one do that too, but didn't know they were there, and you'd taken it down to photograph another wreath, and it was too late. She abandoned. Oh, that makes me sad. That makes me so sad. Yeah, she was on the porch photo bombing, or like bombing my son and I, so I sort of knew she was there. But I mean, she made her presence known, that's for sure. And I'm going to add some of these dark pink ones too. Hey, Cassie's Design. How are you today? We're just working on a little bit of a goth piece. We did one goth piece that was dark and moody, and now we're working on a softer, romantic goth make. I'm good, Cassie. Thank you so much for asking. I really am good. It's been a long week, that's for sure. But I am happy it is Friday. How about you? You got anything fun planned? And I am just dropping these in here real quick. here's what we have so far. So you see we've got the pink in there, right? And I'm going to add a little bit more pink here in a minute, but it's a surprise. Hey, Pat. And again, don't forget to grab your heart me's and your engagement bonus points for all your sharing, comments, and likes. Just checking comments real fast. I don't think I've missed anything. If I do miss something, it's not intentional, I promise you. And if you, if I did miss something, oh, thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you for the populars. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Tammy. How's it going? Thank you so much for the populars. That's so sweet. Don't forget to grab your engagement points and bonus points for that. So Tammy, just a, oh, look at the monkeys. See, look, how cute is that? I love it. I love it. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. That was so funny. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much. Hey, Brittany. So Tammy, I was letting everyone know that I've got a couple of things in my subscriber community. So I know you're a subscriber because it has the little thing by your name, the SNT, that says you're a Stuffs and Things subscriber. So you've got the stickers that you can use. Also, there is a special chat in there. So if you want first dibs on anything that we do, or you have questions, specific questions that you want to ask, or even if you want to see me design something, you can put that in the subscriber chat. And I'll definitely go back and address it. And then there's also those subscriber videos that you have access to that just subscribers have. So if you want to go back and watch something, you can do that too. I just like to give you a reminder because I don't think it's always known what is available to subscribers. So here's what we're working on. We're right in the middle of this little pink goth flower arrangement. We've done our greenery, we've done a black twig, we've done some flowers, but we also did this piece. We did it in a dark and moody design. See the little bat right there? And it's got the dark grays and purples and a darker bow. So that one is finished. Of course, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Okay, let's get back to it. We're almost done. I know we're right at the, hour mark, so I'm sure my puzzle piece will be like saying, hey, you're not tapping the screen, so let me tap the screen. Maybe it will go away. Okay, so I want to throw in some of these little black roses in this design because that's where we're going to bring in the dark touches. Purple and black are your favorite colors. I love that because guess what? Purple, pink, and black are mine. So we have a lot more in common than probably we realized. And I have this little skull, but I really like the bat. So I'm going to use another bat in this design versus that skull. But I am going to use some more black roses in here. So we're just using some of these that we steamed up at the beginning. If you missed the beginning of the live, we used the steamer and I showed you how we could transform all of these beautiful flowers and make them look more lively. So we have this right now. So it's not that much black, it's just a little bit of black in the front and the back, right? And I see a hole right here, so let me just add one more. Love that. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my black rosemary. So remember, we have some of this. Hey, Kelly. How are you today? We're working on a couple goth pieces. We did a dark and moody, and now we're working on our pink. What are you up to today? Did you get all your wedding stuff done yesterday? I love how our boho candlestick turned out yesterday, y'all. I'm telling you, I love that piece so much. I don't even know that I want to get rid of it, but you know, you can't keep everything we design. Your foot is swollen. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Is it painful? It sounds painful. Hey. It sounds painful. I know that sometimes when my ankles get swollen for no reason, it's not exactly comfortable. So I was just curious if yours was like that or if it was painful in any way. Yes, it's painful. And your fingers aren't working. Oh my gosh, Kelly. Oh no, that's not good. Especially as a designer. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. Okay, so here's a couple of these black longer pieces. I am going to stick a couple. There's only 2 left on this bush, so I'm going to use them. But I'm going to stick them more down into the design so they come up like they're growing out. You're not very active today. Well, I understand that. That does not sound good at all to me. Yeah, I am just so sorry. But I will tell you, I love your witches. You have, I wish I could paint like you. I wish I could. Because your witches are phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to go right down here into the middle. And bring this up and out. And yes, I could have done it first. I don't like to do it first because I like to see where it's going to drape. And I like to do it after. And also so I can incorporate it a little bit better. Instead of just working my design in around it. So here's what, see how it's kind of like growing out. Hey Anne, how are you today? And of course I usually go back and rework, like move things around and make it picture presentable, but this at least gives you an idea of what we've got so far. All right, so let's go ahead and go in with our bat. Here is our cute little bat. And I know based on the other one how much I need to cut down, so Kelly, I'm just thinking about you and just hoping you feel better soon. Really. Okay, now I have a little something I want to put in here. Okay, here's what we have so far. But I have remember we had these the other day, so I thought it would be fun to put one of these in there. That bat is so cute. Thank you, Justin. We did 2 of them. So this is our pink one. We're almost done. And this one is our dark gray and black and purple. So we have the same concept done 2 different ways. One is a moody goth, one is a romantic goth. And that's really the whole reason why I wanted to do that today, is I wanted people to understand that you really can do goth in a different way. What did I use for the base? Oh, thanks, Shona. I got the base at Michael's. And it is a little container. And it says, "You got this." And it's got little bat wings. Can you see the little bat wings on it? So we got it at Michael's. You love them both. So I just put another pick on here because remember we had cut the pick off to use it in our skelly hat. So I just put another pick in it, and I'm going to put this towards the back to where you can still see it, but it's more in the back. Let me go ahead and get a little dab of glue. I'm just feeling it to make sure it gets secure. I thought the glittery disco ball just went with the glittery greeneries. And then as far as our ribbon, I pulled this. How cute is that? It's got the spiders, but it's the pink and the black. Again, this is one directional. So we're gonna make our little one loop And we're going to put it towards the front. Let me get this cut off. Get the zip tie. Thank you so much. I just love doing this. You know, I love making something out of nothing. Makes my heart happy. But I love that people like it just as much as I do. Hey, Carol. And again, remember my little tip. I'm going to cut it a little longer so it can act as a pick. And because this is 2.5 inch, I'm only doing the one loop. If it were the 7/8 or if it were maybe a 1 inch, I might have done 2 loops. But since it's so wide, it wasn't necessary. Just find my spot. And you know, if you don't like that this way, there's multiple ways you can put your bow in. I mean, you can always use a U-pin as well that we've used yesterday in our candlestick. You can do that. I'm just filling. And I'm going to use this to kind of help me push it down there. There we go. Now this tail's a little long, so I'm going to trim it. Which means I need to trim my other one because remember, I don't like my tails being the same length. I want one to be shorter. That's just me. You do you. Always do your own thing because that's what makes it yours. Okay. Now, I do have a couple of white flowers I could add in here just to give it a little bit more brightness, but you honestly could stop here. You could just totally stop here. But I am going to add just a few pieces of this white ranunculus that goes with these pink. Not too many, just to give it a little pop of white. Just to draw your eyes into a little bit more of the design. And also fill and break up some of the greenery. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here, see how now you can see a little bit more of this purple black bush because you put some white right there. That was the whole reason why I did that. It was just to bring it out a little bit more. Thank you so much. And honestly, we're almost done. I just want to make sure we have balance with our white, and that it's not just a couple pieces here and there, but it actually makes sense and is more into the design. So think this is going to be the last one. Okay. You see how you've got your little white there and there. Okay, and that's really it.